Hello. I got kind of a modern classic IPA here, Anti-Hero from Revolution. I've been drinking their beer for quite a while. I'm from the Chicago area. I went there back, I guess probably in the first year they opened, and their brew pub was super popular. So this is their flagship IPA. They have this whole Hero IPA series. But I guess they're somewhat similar beers. This is 6.7%. It was canned exactly 2 months ago. And it uses Citra, Crystal, Centennial, and Chinook. A lot of C hops there. But of course, Citra, quite different from those other ones. And I do like Crystal hops. I wish we'd see those more often in beers these days. I just felt like doing a not hazy New England IPA for once. So let's us see. I've had this many times, but not in quite a while. And it looks, a lot like the IPAs that I really loved to drink like 15 years ago. Pretty pale. Maybe there's a hint of crystal malt or something in there to give it that deep golden color. And nice little bubbles of carbonation coming up there. Looks pretty good. And there's a teeny little hint of toasty caramel, but mostly just citrusy hops, but zesty. It's not exactly juicy, but really big orange oil notes. Some kind of spiciness, some like tea-like notes a little bit. Not very piney though. Maybe there's some pine in there. It's a little bit woodsy maybe. But does not smell very scary. The website says 65 IBUs. We'll see. Way stickier and pinier in the flavor. That's good. Finishes nice and clean with a lingering biscuity quality from the malt. Definitely noticing the malt. It's not like your more ultra modern contemporary IPA where there's basically no malt character and you're just going for tropical notes. I like how this one is just different. This is what I was looking for. I was looking for something that has a firm bitterness, fruity, a little bit of biscuity qualities, and it's pretty good. And that fine carbonation makes it quite smooth. I can tell the bitterness is going to build up on this beer. It just gets spicier and spicier and more sappy and resinous. It isn't all out pine needles. I like that because it's not covering up the fruitiness. And as you drink it, it's more citrus pithy. Still big on citrus oil, like if you rub the peel on a glass or, that sort of thing you get from a cocktail, fancy cocktail when you use the oils. Has that, and then it's building up and getting nice grapefruit bitterness, and the head and the lacing is very nice. Very, very well made beer. It seems like it's just a step up and more of a modern oomph from 60-minute IPA from Dogfish Head. I think it looks pretty similar. It has a lot of similar characteristics, except that 60-minute is like more Simcoe and Amarillo. But I mean, if you combine Citra with Centennial, you're going to get kind of similar quality. But this is definitely more bitter, even though technically it's only 5 IBUs more bitter, but it seems more bitter, more spicy. It's definitely stronger. It's 0.7% stronger. It seems like it's just the next step after something like 60-minute IPA. I can see why this has been so successful. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this up. Because after a while, drinking all these hazy IPAs, I can't enjoy them as much. All I'm doing is noticing all the flaws. I'm not appreciating all the good things about them. And this beer is basically flawless. It's exactly what they wanted to do. And if you're in the mood for this, it's good. I don't know. It is a lot like a West Coast IPA. I guess it's the No Coast IPA. It does have some qualities of West Coast and some qualities of like Dogfish Head 90 Minute kind of pushed together. And that's what happened with a lot of these Chicago area Midwestern breweries. Like Surly's, their Furious IPA is really dark. Then there's like Half Acre's Daisy Cutter, which has a pretty complex malt character. I remember that being the most grapefruity beer ever when I first had it back, 10 years ago. This one is nice. I would recommend it. At 2 months old, it's tasting perfectly fine. The place where I bought it from, not sure if they kept it in cold storage the whole time, but it has been the winter time, lately in Massachusetts. So even it was never that warm. Now that I've got some space to get my nose in there, there's some Pioneer aromatics, almost some booze, but I feel like Centennial, I just noticed it seems like when it brings out the pine, the sappiness, it almost accentuates the booze. But yeah, there's a teeny bit of booze in that nose if you really, really inhale. A good beer deserves over a 4. Goodbye.